if you're hearing any little birds chirping in the background, it's spring. That's why. So we added some bird chirps sound effects. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we didn't. You're supposed to say we're just recording and there's just like a rat outside our window.
Well, yeah, we're recording with the window open because today
it is hot.
It's starting to get a little bit hot out.
It wasn't actually today. It was hot 2 days ago, and then yesterday it was cold.
Yeah.
And then today's back hot. So if you live in Seattle, you know exactly.
I mean, it's not hot. About. It's warm. Because sometimes I say it's hot, and then people that live in places where it's really, really hot are like, "What are you even talking about?" Because I say it's hot when it's 65 degrees.
Yo, those birds are like really
those birds.
Right
now that we started recording, they're just like talking. It's kind of cute though.
You ever wonder what birds talk about?
I mean, I would love to know. I'm sure there's like bird people that like probably translated some things. I don't know how they would though.
It might be really loud, I think, honestly.
You think it's loud?
Yeah.
Do you have any check?
I mean, no, let's keep.
No, it's fine. It's good.
Fine.
Who doesn't like bird sounds?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like bird sounds.
No, what I was going to say was when I was a kid, or even still now as an adult, I always wonder how animal, like, if they have the same language. Obviously not as us, but like when they make all these noise, does that mean some shit? Yeah,
I'm sure it does.
That's crazy.
There's no way that we're the only animals that have like a verbal sound communication. Like they have signals.
But they always say the same shit then.
You don't know that. Yeah. Anyways, I want to just get into the pod. So I'm going to introduce the pod. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's the Juice podcast. I am one of your hosts, Alia Zaitza.
And my name is Yoni Ikoto. And I wanted to say that it's really nice to hear your last name.
My last name?
Yeah, I feel like you never say it. I still got to kind of get used to it.
I don't say it because oftentimes it really doesn't read to people the way that I say it.
So that's why you have to say it to really let people know.
That's true.
If my name was difficult to read, I would...
Your name is not.
No, exactly. And I still say it every time I can.
Yeah.
You know, you got to brand that shit.
Yeah. Right now, as you're listening to this, practice saying Zaitza. Zaitza.
Zaitza.
But we have a fun episode for you guys today. You know, it kind of goes into the sentiment that we're feeling, both of us, where we've had a super chaotic last couple of weeks.
Okay. At first, I wasn't sure what you meant by that.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you know what I'm feeling?
And especially last week, because if you don't know, and I don't know how you wouldn't know, the WTJ totes are out. They're on the store. They're in the store.
They're in the store. There's not a lot left, actually.
As in the online store. As we're recording this, and probably as you're listening to this, we still have some left.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get your hands on one, there's still time.
There is still time, yeah. Probably not that much time.
Not that much time, yeah. But we hope that... We want to say thank you to everybody that has purchased one. It means the world.
I was so surprised. I knew that people wanted them.
Yeah.
But I didn't know like how far a tote will travel. I mean, we sent some yesterday. I went to the post office. I dropped off some shit to like Japan, Taiwan, Portugal. It's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah,
so I just want to say,
when people actually get the stuff, though.
That's what I'm saying. I can't wait for that first person to like post it and tag us. Yo, by the way, if you post it, you need to tag us so we can repost it on our page.
because you know we're gonna repost it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I'm reposting everything.
Just know that if you post it, we're going to repost it.
I wonder who's going to be like the first one to have it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whoever was in that batch, because we still have like a whole box over there.
Yeah.
Actually, that's most of the... Because we only shipped like, I think 20 or 30 or so. Yeah. Just because there's only 2 of us and...
It was like, you should have seen us. It was like a whole operation in here. We had the print machine, and then Alia was doing one thing, I was doing the other thing, and I was like, this is when like eventually like you hire people.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, at the same time, it was really fun.
It was. No,
like, it was. I was watching a TV show and I was just packing those things up, and
no, it was. It felt. I feel like we. I took a couple photos, and I feel like those would be like.
Stop saying like.
Did I say like again?
So many times.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Those would be
photos that you would look at later.
Oh, of
20
course,
years from now.
And we also have it on video if you want to watch.
On video? Oh,
yeah, in my vlog,
yeah.
Which will come out.
Everything is on that vlog.
Yeah, everything's on that vlog. But it was so fun, so exciting. We're excited to like, now that the shop and the website are ready to go and they're figured out and designed, now we can just focus on like the next drop and the next drop and the next drop. I mean, it's going to be a lot easier because we've been through it once.
Yeah.
And
it's always like the beginning that's the hard.
And it was hard. Like it took forever to figure out. But you know,
I want to take this time and give Alia some credit, because a lot of the back end stuff that we have in this company,
business.
you know, business, Alia takes care of like a lot of the business and figuring out like what packages to get, like what do we put here. I mean, obviously we do have discussions about what we should do, but then Alia is the one that's kind of like does a lot of the operational you know, just it's something that like comes naturally to me. I wanted to say thank you. Okay, I wanted to say thank you because, you know, that was a lot. And and like you said earlier, things like that don't come to me as easy. I don't know if we ever mentioned that on the podcast. Like, to you, I'm not saying I'm not taking away the hard work that you put in, but it's a lot easier for you to do those things.
It's like for me to figure shit out when it comes to like any type of paperwork, licenses, appointments, things you need, whatever. Like I'm your gal. I'm your gal.
That's Alia.
One thing that doesn't come naturally to me is social media. That's kind of weird to say because I am a social media content creator, but in the sense of like Yoni does all of the like community management and you know, talking to you guys and stuff, but you know, he also tells me what you guys say, and then like I say, you know, so we both have like our own little roles in the business.
We found we gave each other little jobs to like do in this thing that we're building. So just so you know, if you're talking on the Instagram, you're talking to me, but sometimes it's also Alia.
But you also just tell me what the person says.
No, of course.
Yeah, of course. But I'm not Sometimes
Alia, she would, you know, she gets in her little like, some days she would just like respond to DMs as well. Also,
I randomly go on there and then I open it and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta reply now.
But now I feel like people know. I feel like people know that at this point, because now they'll be like, it's you. Hey, Yoni, you know, tell Alia this, or
on the podcast Instagram.
Or like they'll be like, hey, I know it's you, but I wanted to say something to her, or different ways like that. So shout out to everyone. I mean, I feel like this is with the totes, it really feels like we're really becoming like a family. Everyone that I talk to in the DMs, there's so many people that I talk to like multiple times. And I recognize so many people, and I don't know, I just love everyone. You guys are like the coolest, I swear. I'm not even... And
just, you know, advancing like the What's the Juice brand and making it more into what we dream of it being at some point. We don't really even know what that is, but it wouldn't be what it is now if it wasn't for like all of you guys listening. And even if you didn't get a tote bag because maybe like you didn't like it or you didn't want it, or whatever the case may be, like we still appreciate you and appreciate your support just by listening, just by watching. That's already like
that's doing, a lot of support.
That's us being able, like, because of you, we're able to continue to do this. So don't feel any type of way if you didn't get a tote for any reason.
We still love you just the same. We know like shipping all over the world, there's different like, you know, shipping to this country may cost a little bit more than shipping to another country. I mean,
also so the fact that we're just such a small business.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're not even like, we are a business, but we're not in the sense of like, it's just me and you selling things out of our home.
Yeah, so, but I feel like when you say that, it's still a business.
No, I'm just saying that to say we don't have access to certain things. Like if we were a larger business, or if we were working through a like distributor.
We don't have a partner.
Like
we don't have our partners anything. Is each other.
And we have like no system that we go through to help us like fulfill the orders or anything like that. It's very from scratch. You know? So anyways. And I think this is actually a good segue to get into the topic of today's episode, which is motivation versus consistency.
Oh, that one is like interesting these last couple of weeks for me.
Well, and I think it actually played a big part in how the whole like merch for the podcast, from when we actually started thinking about it seriously and planning it and thinking about what we want to do and all of that, to when it actually happened, which is right now. It's been like 6 months, if not longer.
I feel like I was about to say a year, because we started to talk about.
I mean, talking about it, we didn't actively work on it, I think, until maybe 6 months
It was
ago.
just like, damn, what if we did merch?
Yeah.
But then some of you guys listening were like, I don't know if you saw those messages, but a lot of people were like, hey, you guys should do merch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's when it was like, okay, if some people are asking for it. Yeah.
So, yeah. And I think the fact that it took so long and us knowing like all the hurdles we had to go through and figuring out, like, even before, because we had so much fun actually coming up with, you know, working with our designer to put together the design and like what we want it to be, and thinking about like the future drops and what those are going to be. That's like our favorite part, the creative part. That's the reason why we wanted to do merch, is because it's another way for us to be creative in this space while it's still connected to the podcast.
And also, probably like most importantly, connect to like the listeners.
Oh yeah,
you know,
totally.
Like that's just like another way of like
creating community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But then the side of it that was not so fun was figuring out, like, finding the tote that we wanted, writing emails to a bunch of people, figuring out like how we want it to be printed and what type of this and what type of that and how many and do they have this color and all those like little bitty details that are really annoying and they're not at all creative and they're so like administrative. That was actually a big chunk of the work that we were doing, because the design and the totes themselves and making them, that was the most streamlined process, I would say.
I mean, it was, but also we had so many ideas. So then when it came down to this, we had to like scratch so many good ideas that also
well, it's not so much scratch. It's just it's about prioritizing which one goes first.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also just like the color of the tote. We wanted to match the color. There's so many different colors that we wanted, you know? And I think we got the good one. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we couldn't have made the tote any better than this.
I mean, it's the signature tote. It's the signature tote.
Yeah. So all of you listening, if you got this tote, just know that this is the very first. We don't know where this is going to go.
Yeah, but this is like the baseline.
Yeah. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that the first product is always like so important. Maybe just for me. Maybe other people don't see it that way.
I get it.
Yeah.
But what I was trying to say earlier is just how like we were really motivated at the very beginning of this process, because we got really excited and we were just like, basically we were in the creative part of the creating the merch process. We were in the, artsy, creative, like idea brainstorming part that we really love, and both equally, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so.
But then once that was figured out, we were sitting on the tote bags for like 2 months, or almost 3 months, I don't know, since they were like ready and we physically had the totes in our house. But there were so many other things that we had to figure out, like getting a business license, what kind of license, taxes. Yeah. We made an LLC and like opened a bank account and
you guys, what's
figured
the juice?
Out like the website.
Yeah, What's the Juice is now officially legit. It's not just something. I have this thing and it's called What's the Juice.
No,
this is like
a limited liability corporation. And I think it's important to, like, this is a perfect example of how we had that really good motivation at the beginning, but there came a point where that shit just ran out. But we knew that we had an end goal, and the only way to get there is to keep consistent and keep at it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the podcast is actually kind of similar, because we're not always motivated simply from... Like, sometimes the motivation comes and goes.
Motivation definitely comes and goes.
Yeah, motivation is really not there all the time.
You can't be motivated every single day.
Yeah, you can't be... Because how do you characterize motivation?
You wake up and you're like, let's go. Like I feel like motivation has like this fire behind it.
It has this specific feeling.
I think I wanted to say, so there's a difference between like motivation and like drive. When you're driven to do something... You don't have to be motivated. Like, no matter... I feel like when things are bad, motivation usually goes away. it's like
when things are not going right.
Yeah, I was motivated, but then this happened, so I'm kind of like bummed out, you know. But when you're driven, when you know, I'm just going to be consistent no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, you just know I just got to keep doing that.
Yeah, and you're going to keep doing that.
Yeah. Motivation, it's like you can wake up one day and be like, damn, I'm not feeling it today. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah,
know?
And that happens a lot with other things, I think, when it comes to lifestyle choices of eating healthy, going to the gym, all that stuff. Motivation and consistency play a big part in making those life changes.
Yeah.
And with like just going to the gym, I've been really consistent. And like, was I motivated the whole time? Like, I started going to like Pilates classes in the gym regularly around like 5, 6, maybe even 7 times a week. Since when? I think like mid-February.
It's definitely been a couple months.
No, it's definitely mid-February. I have it on my calendar somewhere.
Yeah.
And
so how do you feel? Like since you started, like do you feel differently?
I mean, I know I feel differently because like now I can do 10 push-ups.
That's, you guys, by the way, this is like my favorite way of like testing Ali if to see if she got stronger. Before she started this workout.
Myself, yeah.
Right, but before you started this workout journey, you couldn't do like,
I mean,
and not to put you out there, but you couldn't do 2 push-ups.
No, Yoni has this. I just realized, why are these on the table right now?
What?
The controller.
The controller. Because we're ready to watch the game later.
Yeah, Yoni has this thing where I would say your favorite like workout type like movement is push-ups. Like you love push-ups. If there's one thing you love,
I love the
push-ups.
burn that it gives my arm. I love when I can't do like one more push-up.
That's me with abs. I love the burn that abs give me.
Are you kidding me? Yo, you guys, I hate abs.
Yeah, and I hate push-ups.
Last week was my first week, right? Full workouts.
Right.
I signed up to a new gym. I am motivated, and I'm also consistent. Okay?
Well, I think when you're motivated...
No.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So at this moment, I'm both, okay? And...
when it comes to the gym.
Yes, so when it comes to the gym. I mean, we're going to talk about other things as well.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the gym, I'm motivated. And also, the gym is a block away from here. So I leave the apartment and it's literally... I can count the amount of steps it takes me to get to the gym.
You've made it more accessible and easier for you to complete your task of going to the gym.
Exactly. Last night, I was at the gym at midnight.
Yeah, I was asleep by the time you got home.
It was so funny. Alia was texting me. She was like, are you almost done? I was like, yeah. And then she was like, I'm in bed, LOL. I was like, damn.
I mean, I go to the gym. I do my workout in the morning. Yeah. Because if I don't do it in the morning, I won't do it.
That's the thing. To me, that doesn't really matter that much. But anyways, what I wanted to say was I'm motivated and consistent because also the gym is really close to me. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's what helped me. To some people, they'll drive anywhere. They have a different type of motivation. To me, I need conveniency.
Yeah. You want it to be as convenient and easy for you to do it as possible.
Yeah,
the more like obstacles and complications and like barriers to do things, the harder it's going to be for you to get there, especially when you're not motivated.
Yeah. Oh my.
When you're not motivated, that shit is like... but for me, I started out really... I wasn't really that motivated. I was... Motivated? I was doing that... Actually, you know what motivated me was...
Why do you keep saying motivated?
Motivated.
Oh, there we go.
What really motivated me... Yeah. Now the word just sounds weird. Is the episode that we said we're not gymming.
I think you started right then, right?
Yeah.
I think I tried for a couple days.
When we recorded that episode, after that episode, when I literally said I've been in this phase where I just haven't been going to the gym, I haven't been working out. I was also really busy because it was right before I stopped working at my full-time job at the time. And I just didn't have the time. You know, life was just crazy. And,
still crazy.
But different crazy. And since we did that episode where I said, yeah, I'm fine with like not really working out right now, which I was, after that I was like, you know, I'm kind of ready to get back into it. Something about that episode got me going.
Would you say I felt the same way? I just actually didn't follow through with it.
Yeah, you felt that motivation, but you didn't actually take action. We didn't actually take action.
Yeah, that's fine.
Our English is really not good today.
I don't know why that was so funny. No, because to me, my gym was still very far.
That's true.
So I still had to drive. To me, getting to the gym is like the hardest thing.
Oh, we've said that multiple times of it's not actually working out that's hard. It's the idea of the workout that you know is going to be difficult. You're going to have to make yourself uncomfortable. And usually before you go there, you're comfortable where you are.
Yeah.
So you're like, I have to leave the comfort of my bed or the comfort of my couch or whatever it is and get my ass up and do something that's uncomfortable. Nobody, that's humanly contradictory of like what's fun and feels good.
Yeah.
Even though we know that the workout is good for us or that if we do we're going to get closer to whatever goal we have.
Exactly.
Those things are not as strong as your comfort.
Yeah. I wanted to say, do you know those buildings that have gyms inside of them, like at the bottom or like upstairs? Ooh, upstairs would be really nice.
Most have at the bottom, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if you have your gym at the top floor of your building, you live in a really nice building.
Yeah. But you're trying to say what?
No, I'm trying to say that imagine how easy it would be to go to the gym every day. But I feel like most of those buildings, nobody's in there in those gyms.
Yeah, I feel
some
like
reason.
Nobody's in those gyms too for some reason. I think I was motivated at the beginning and then somewhere along, like right now, I would say when it comes to just working out and, you know, having a healthy lifestyle.
I think you're consistent right now.
I'm really consistent, but I'm also not motivated.
Motivated?
Because you know what? I'm seeing results. You know, like my pants fit a little bit differently. I am stronger.
You can
like
do
I
10
feel
push-ups.
strong.
You can do more than 10 probably.
Yeah, if I really want to, I can probably do 15. But like the last 3, I'm like almost
Shaking.
not doing it.
Shaking.
But that goes from almost 3 months ago. Wait, February, March, April. Okay, 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Why am I counting on my fingers? Where it just you get a boost of motivation when you see progress. That's just obvious. It's like you get a reward for your effort. So then you continue and you keep. So that is kind of keeping me motivated. The fact that I can see.
I don't think it's good.
Why?
Because there's so many people who work out for so long, and by them not seeing results.
Okay, but I didn't say I just see. I also feel. I see results that my pants fit a little bit differently, but I also feel results that when I do every workout, I feel my strength. I feel that I can like go harder, go for longer, or do more weight.
Yeah.
I can do push-ups. Now, it's crazy. 2.5 months ago, I could only do barely 1 or 2 push-ups. Barely.
Yeah, I know.
And now, 5 feels like I just did 1.
Oh my God, you're so cool.
No, but seriously, and that's motivating.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say about the people who work out for a long time and don't see a result, I feel like you always got to keep going, because what you were saying earlier, it seems that only because you see and feel, you're motivated by that. No,
it's not only. It's also because I know that it is good for me.
Okay.
And another one is that I know myself in that if I miss too many days in a row, it will be so much harder for me to get back into it.
That's what happened to me.
That's what happens to everybody. You miss one day, okay, cool. You miss another day, you're like, okay. And it's like you miss it not intentionally. Like, for example, today and tomorrow, I'm not working out because I feel like my body needs a rest.
But that's good. That's rest.
But that's intentional rest. Versus I was planning to go, but life got too crazy or something like that. And like you didn't make the decision of like today's going to be a rest day. It just happened that you didn't work out.
Yeah.
But you kind of were trying to figure it out when you're going to do it. But for whatever reason, because you were like lazy or you were procrastinating or you were too busy, you didn't work out. That's when you feel bad about missing the workout.
Yeah.
And then if that type of missing bad that type of day of feeling bad of missing your workout happens too many days in a row, it's going to be that much harder to get back into it because there's guilt attached.
Yeah. And guilt is the worst. You know, when I was posting my gym workouts, my gym like photos,
you're posting them.
No, like when I'm at the gym for some reason. Oh, and this is I'm going to finish what I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Someone was saying after he saw the photo that I posted, right?
But what was the photo? Can you explain? Because I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, it was a photo on my story on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it was a photo of the weights.
At the gym.
At the gym.
And you said what?
And I just took a photo of the weights.
Oh, and that's it?
And I didn't say anything.
Okay.
But for some reason, I wanted to let the world know
I'm at the gym.
that I'm back in the gym.
I do the same thing. I go to Pilates class. Before Pilates class starts, I just...
Boom, I do that. And then that person was saying, oh, Yoni, what happened to...
No gym?
The no gym phase. I was like, well, you see what happened to it. That shit is gone now. You know, I'm back in the gym, right?
Okay.
Also, another person asking me what happened to the running phase.
Oh, I mean, that one, we already explained that one.
Yo, I was like, okay, yo, you guys.
I kind of want to get back into it, though. Now that it's nice out, it'd be so fun to just go for like an evening.
Because it was nasty.
Yeah. That's why I said we're seasonal runners. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Don't stress yourself out. If you need to take a break from your workout routine because you feel stressed, take a break and don't even think about it.
And because it's also not feeling good. Like you're like, I hate this shit.
Yeah,
don't do it anymore,
yeah,
please.
Exactly. If I go, I can't do something I hate. I'm sorry. That's why.
I think, but hate and love is a spectrum. So it's like...
No, I started to hate the gym.
I know, but how far towards the hate is it? Because sometimes I cannot necessarily... Like, I don't necessarily love this, but I don't like hate it.
Okay, I'm talking about myself. I hated the gym for a while, okay? And I was like, I detached myself completely. And it felt so good. You guys, I had the amazing... How long has it been? Like 6 months, right?
It was a while. More than 6 months. But
it's been an amazing year not being at the gym. And I'm happy about it. But I'm back in it now. Life is long, okay?
Yeah. And you feel good being in it now.
I feel so good being in it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I go lighter. I love to talk about going light so you can keep going every day versus going heavy. And then you're like sore and then you got to miss 2 days versus going lighter. You can go every day.
Yeah.
So
that's where you're right there. You're helping yourself stay consistent.
Exactly. Did you read my story the other day when I was writing some shit?
I didn't. Actually, I might have, but I forgot what you read.
Yeah, I said... Basically, right, I'm just going to keep it short. I said, find whatever works for you, right? So if you got to go lighter on the weights, but you having fun. You ever lifted some shit that was not too easy, but like you can feel a little resistance, but you're like, I'm having fun. I like doing that. You're going through your reps.
Yeah.
That shit is fun. So that's what I...
Yeah, where it's like, it's a little bit of difficulty, but it's not so difficult that you almost can't do it.
No, exactly. It should be difficult towards the end of your reps. But it shouldn't be difficult from like the beginning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's just very important to figure out what it is for you. Do you need a gym close by? Do you need to go lighter? Do you need to... I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good to just reflect on when you're thinking about the idea of working out. What's the first thing that pops into your head about like what you hate about it?
Ooh, that is so good.
You know, because there's always something.
Say that
like
one more time because I feel like people missed it.
Okay, so I hope I'm going to say the same though. So when you think about the idea of working out and going to a gym or moving your body for exercise, when you think about it, identify what is the first thing that comes into your head that is about hating that gym.
Yes. So anything that you hate, right? Let's say you think about the gym is far. All right, let's try to solve that problem. Let me find a gym that's closer to me. Right. So you're eliminating all the problems.
Or there's maybe a specific, like, I hate leg day. Don't skip leg day, but maybe think about trying to find a few new exercises that are very different than what you've done so far that made you hate leg day.
For example, I hate leg day.
Yoni just doesn't do leg day.
So what I do is I get on this bike and I go uphill for 20 minutes before every workout.
And actually, that is a really great leg workout.
That is an amazing leg workout.
Yeah, that's true.
So I find a way to do legs and I actually enjoy it. I've done it every single time before and after my workout.
Yeah.
I do uphill and then there's like this little time clock right there. And then I go... not downhill, but I just go straight. So the resistance is not as strong the whole time.
For me, I've been really loving my Pilates classes because I know I go in 45 minutes, we hit abs, legs, arms, I'm done.
And you leaving that you know you did some shit.
I leave and I know that I covered all my bases and I'm good to go.
That's the thing that I hate about going to the gym by myself.
You got to figure it out.
I got to figure it out. So right now I'm still looking for different programs because I need someone to tell me what to do.
That's a big reason why a lot of people stay away from it.
I need someone to tell me what to do. And I just want to look at it or read it and just do it and be done. I don't want to, because I'm already at the gym, which is which I shouldn't
which
be
is
proud.
already an accomplishment.
No, but I shouldn't.
But it is. It is. It's fine. It is.
But I don't want it to be an compliment.
Well,
Accomplished.
well, right now it is.
You know, for me, I want when I get to the gym, I want this to be like when I get in there, I just want to think this is what I do.
That's how I feel now about Pilates, because it's become such a big part of my routine that now it's like that's just what I do in the morning. I wake up 20 minutes before my class.
Do you honestly feel that's so in your routine, or do you still feel like
I mean, obviously, like there's days where I go to bed really late or I wake up and I'm still tired and I don't want to get out of bed. But guess what? I don't want to pay $20 in a fee for missing that class because I can't cancel it, which is actually really good. Keeps you consistent because guess what? You're going to lose $20 if you don't go to this class. So anyways, let's get back on track.
Okay. I thought we were on track the whole time.
No, I mean, like, not specifically about the gym, but I want to talk about which one do you think is more important overall in life? Is it more important to be motivated, or is it more important to be consistent?
When I think about just both scenarios, right? Mm-hmm. I'm living my life and I'm not motivated. That's not a place I want to be.
Yeah.
Because then you just feel like you're just dragging, like you're wasting life.
Yeah, because motivation really feeds into like your happiness.
Exactly. So, and being consistent, what's the point of being consistent at something you're not, you don't want to do?
But because you can, actually, that's not true. Because you can want to do something.
Do you get what I was trying to say?
No, it's not even that. I'm thinking usually when it comes to being motivated or consistent, it has to do with something that will take a while to get to that outcome.
And it's something that you choose to do.
Yeah. So this is always a matter of something that you choose to do, or you sort of kind of have to do, because sometimes you have whatever job it is that you are hired to do. It might not be like the dream job, so you don't necessarily want to do it. You have to do it. Yeah, but sometimes you're more motivated about it than other times, because you get motivation from the fact that maybe you're about to go on a vacation and you're super excited about that, or you want to put in some extra hours because there's a new position opening up and you want to apply for that new position, and you know that if you're going to stay consistent with your work, you're going to be rewarded with a bonus, like things like that.
Okay. What I meant by wanting to do the thing is that, let's say you apply to work at a whatever company. You wanted to work there.
Right.
So whether you have shitty days or good days, you wanted to be there.
That's true.
So therefore, being consistent within whatever company you're with, I think it's important to just, you can't really complain because you wanted to be here.
I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing with, like, if we ever complain about having to do the podcast, or complaining about having to do my YouTube stuff sometimes. Okay. Which is totally normal.
It is normal. Today, perfect example. The Warriors versus the Lakers. They're playing right this second.
Which is basketball, if you didn't know.
The TV is right here. I would love to watch that game.
You want to just play it in the background? Just sound off.
That would be really cool. But this is a job, and this is something that we chose to do. Yeah. So obviously, today is one of those days that I'm just kind of thinking like, there's a helicopter flying by if you can hear it.
Sorry. This is why you don't have the windows open, Yoni.
But do you feel that breeze, though?
Yeah, it's nice.
Exactly. So, what was I saying? Oh, about the game and recording the podcast.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I feel like it's not the best example, though.
Anyways,
in general, with anything, all I was going to say is that even if you wanted, like... Okay. I think we got like jumbled up a little bit here.
I think it's my fault. I apologize, you guys.
Re-clarify.
Hold on. Just before you clarify, okay? The funny thing about recording a podcast and it being like live is that there's people listening. So if you like just let your brain go.
I mean, it's not live, but yeah.
Okay, but it's an audio recording.
Right.
It's an audio experience.
Yeah.
So anyways, you can't. No, I'm realizing that I can't just go off track too much.
Yeah, because then
I like forget my own point sometimes.
Exactly. Exactly. It's happened to me too, Yeah. But I think that between motivation and consistency, which one is more important? Consistency, I think, is more important because it's the one that will actually get you to the finish line.
The consistency,
because
right?
motivation always runs out and always has boosts of motivation, and then you go down again and you go up again and you go down again. That always happens.
Always, yeah.
So you can depend on motivation to get you to whatever goal you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
If it's a gym goal or like a fitness goal, or if it's a career goal, or if it's a hobby goal, or whatever it is, a relationship goal.
Ooh, relationship. That kind of opened up that's for another time.
But I just think that motivation is not like the thing that you should entrust your outcome in.
Yeah.
Because if you put all your eggs in the motivation basket, guess what? They're all gonna break.
Every single one of them, pretty much.
Yeah, but if you put your eggs in the consistency basket, I think that they're going to survive the way through, because consistency is discipline.
Yeah.
And if you tell yourself that that's what you need, and that's what you're gonna use to get to where you go, no matter the motivation, and you consistently put consistency at the forefront of what you're doing, and you're just consistent with it because you're telling yourself, if I continue to do this one thing, I believe and trust that the outcome will come. That's it.
And most of the time, funny enough, it will come.
It's
actually
that becomes just simple math, low key.
But it 100% will come. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like, unless you break your leg and you want to be an NBA player, I'm sorry, bro, but that's not going to happen.
I mean, I think it depends on what we're talking about. If we're just talking about the gym, then yeah, like if you keep going to the gym, the result will come. But there's other things that might not.
I mean, like different career paths.
Yeah, but even career paths, you can be super consistent at something and it still doesn't work. But
like what? Like what?
Like
and you have everything, for example, and you have everything that it takes.
Well, there's many jobs and many things in life that even if you on your side of the story, you are consistent in what you're putting in, but the outcome is not just influenced by you, but it's influenced by other people and other forces, such as we have a podcast, right? We're consistent. We post once a week. We do all the work we have to do. We're consistent. We're good. We make good content. At the end of the day, even if we do all that, if people don't listen, or if people don't like us anymore for whatever reason that's kind of beyond our control, no matter how consistent we are with it, it doesn't work anymore. Even if our goal is to have millions of listeners.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is what, babe?
No, I meant to say, which is like your biggest fear, I feel like sometimes.
It is one of my biggest fears because
she was like, what if people just don't like the podcast anymore? And
because that's totally a possibility.
It is a possibility, but it's just so funny how you can wake up one day and just think that.
Because the internet is a very unpredictable place. And both of my livelihood and my family's livelihood, and whenever we have children, my children's livelihood, if I'm still in the businesses that I am now, it's like they depend on other people. Like that's a big part of the equation. It's not just what I put in, it's also what they put in. You don't know what I'm saying?
No, I know exactly what you're saying. And I'm not trying to discredit that. I understand. But to me, once you start to voice this not concern of this feeling that you had.
No, but this like
it really
fear.
it really made me wonder and think about myself how I don't think like that at all.
That's great. At least one of us doesn't. You know?
No, and it's good. I feel like with a lot of things in our relationship, one of us is like we're different in certain ways, which I think makes it work.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay.
So yeah, to conclude, I think consistency is more important.
Yeah. Did I give my
You know, because you went off in a tangent.
Oh.
About wanting to versus having to.
No, I think wow, my tangent was not even on topic. Yeah, so I think consistency also saying this word consistency like hurts my lips for some reason.
Satisfying though.
Okay, moving on.
And I do think that when we said, I know we talked about it in like very specific scenarios, like job. Mm-hmm. You know, I think especially if you do some type of work to like by yourself. So if you don't necessarily work for someone and you don't really have a boss telling you what to do, being consistent is so important, because that motivation, you don't have, like, if I had somebody to like keep me in check to do my work, you're more like, that's kind of your motivator, because you're trying to not get fired, right? You're trying to not lose your job.
Yeah.
So
like,
that's your motivation right there to keep doing a good job.
Yeah.
And do your work. But if you don't have that person, like we don't in our
I mean, we have that
job.
in each other, you know, like,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to get fired from this podcast, and you don't want to get fired from this podcast.
Right. Or like the photography or my YouTube is like nobody, it's only me and me alone to keep myself in check, to keep myself disciplined, and know that like I just have to be consistent even when I'm not motivated. And that happens. That happens, especially because these types of jobs are so creative that creativity flows in and out also.
Oh my God.
And the motivation to be creative.
Yeah, and we did a whole, if you want to hear more about this specific topic, scroll down and listen to Creative Block.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
The Creative Block episode, I was going through some serious problems.
Yeah. And
I mean, like, just creative, like, obviously creative block, you know what that means. I just could not think of anything that I wanted to do with photography, and I don't know, it was just like a weird like place
space to be in. Yeah. What other like scenario would you say motivation and consistency is important?
In love. I think being in this relationship, we are consistent with making sure that we know each other's love languages. You know, like every day there's things that we do to each other every day, like asking, I don't know, like, how you doing?
Yeah, no, we're very consistent.
Or how are you feeling? Like.
But that's also motivated by each other's love.
I know, but when I ask other people how you feeling, it's like I don't want them to tell me what's on their heart, like, necessarily. But when I ask you, like, I really want to know, like,
you really mean that shit.
Like, what do I say? I'm like, what's the big thing on your mind today, or like on your heart?
I mean, I think you also know me so well where it's crazy. Sometimes I would be like in the bathroom washing my hair or taking a shower or whatever. Like, I'm in my own space doing something, and Yoni will literally come over and say, "Babe, what's on your mind?" Because he can hear my mind.
Yo, I can hear. I'm in the kitchen and I can just see Ali is thinking.
For some reason, there's something in the air. You can feel like that Ali is thinking about something.
And you know, the day that I did that, I kind of like dropped what I was doing, and I was like, because I knew what was on your mind generally that day.
That's true.
So I was like, babe, stop thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time it's usually just overwhelm about, like being busy and having a lot of stuff to do.
And also, everybody knows when you're in the bathroom or when you're taking a shower.
They're about to say shit.
I know.
I mean, sometimes if you don't have your phone when you're taking a shit, like after you read the back of the shampoo.
Oh my God. I never do that. But what I want to say, when you're taking a shower, usually this is when you think the most about things.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Taking a shower sounds like taking.
I think it's just the way you were saying it.
No, it's just the way it starts.
Taking a shower.
Yeah. Anyways, I feel like. Go ahead.
No. Were you gonna say something?
No, because we always say at the same time, even in other episodes.
Sometimes I say that just trying to think of what my next point is. But in relationship, I think in our relationship, being consistent sometimes doesn't have motivation in it. Sometimes, like, we got to be consistent in.
I think motivation is not with.
But when it comes to relationships,
I'm not motivated to love you.
No, that's love is the motivation itself to do most of anything that you do. You know what I mean?
For some reason, I can't put motivation.
Yeah,
and love
maybe I'm just like stretching it and trying to like.
You're really stretching the motivation everywhere. Like,
what I meant to say is that I think in relationships sometimes it's important to think about being consistent with something that maybe you don't want to do. That is not necessarily like in your relationship, but it's in touch with it in the sense of that your partner needs you to give them space at one point in the day.
We do that very well in this relationship.
But maybe one of us, that's not what comes naturally. So, but you've had the conversation that let's say you, Yoni, tell me, hey, I really need some alone time, like sometime in the evening where I just go by myself. And I want you to know that I want to be like by myself. I want to have some alone time.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And I am a person that's super needy and wants to be with you all the time, 100% of the time, every day, every second of the day.
Oh, Jesus.
But it has become an issue because we get into, this is hypothetical, where we get into little like fights and things like that because you need your alone time, but I want to spend time with you, and I don't understand why you don't want to spend as much time as I want to spend with you. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
So we've discovered that we have this difference of needs, and I need to be consistent at giving you that space that you need because it's important to you, and I have to be consistent in that way, you know?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I get
and
what
I
you're
know
saying.
that if I'm going to be consistent in this habit in our relationship will be better. Mm-hmm. And you will then know that I'm listening.
Yeah. The cool thing about just how we just magically perfectly aligned with the things that we like in a relationship, it's crazy because it could have not been that way. Like I could have been like super needy, always want to be around you the whole time. And I wonder how that would, like, what effect that would have on our relationship. Like the other day I went to Lake Washington and I was dropping off the packages and it was by the lakeside. And I was like, I just want to, it was a gloomy day, but the water was like so calm and nice. I was like, I just want to be in nature right now. And I didn't even text Alia to tell her that.
Yeah, I was like, where are you?
And then after an hour, she texted me. And then she's like...
But it was after an hour that you had gone.
Yes. Oh, it's been...
So, like, Yoni technically should have already been back home.
I should have been back home for, like, almost, like, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then way later, Alia was like, hey, where are you? And I was like, no, I'm just at the park. I just really needed just a moment. Yeah, to be by myself. But when you first texted me, and I knew that you weren't going to be like mad, like, hey, where are you? Like,
I was just asking because I was like, I know that I realized that it had been a while since you went to the post office, and I knew the post office closed. So then I was like, what, I'm sure that you probably like went somewhere or something, but I wasn't asking where are you in the sense of why are you not back. I was just wanting to know like what you were doing.
So my question to you is, what took you like 2 hours to text me?
I actually just was doing something myself, so I wasn't thinking like I wasn't keeping track of time. Yeah. So like,
no, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do think in that sense I'm trying to think of something that we actively do in our relationship that we stay consistent with, because we know that if we don't stay consistent with this, we won't be like as good. But I don't think we really have anything like that.
When we had a good talk a week ago, I forgot what it was about, but we have like checkpoints. Yeah, we have like some days we sit down and we talk about like more serious things, about like what we want from each other, like in the future. And it's not so much like, hey, I want you to do this. And
those are kind of rare though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say those are very...
But this is kind of off topic a little bit, I feel like,
it is. But anyways, so to finish off the episode, I think I want to go through really quick, nice and concise.
Oh, jeez.
How to be consistent when you're not, and how to be motivated, how to get motivation back when you're not. So let's start with consistency.
Okay, Professor Alia.
So let's start with consistency, right? So consistency looks like even when you don't feel like it, even when you're kind of miserable and like, it's not really making you necessarily happy, but you know that if you keep doing this thing, it will be good for you. Whatever that is, if it's job, gym, whatever.
Yes. That's consistency.
You know that if you call your mom once a week, I was about to say month. You know that if you call your parents once a week, they will be not nicer to you, but the next time you call them, they won't say, oh, it's been so long. You know that if you're consistent with calling your mother every time you call her, the conversation will be more pleasant.
Or
you know, things like that.
Or
whoever
father.
it is.
Why can't we call dads? You know, I feel like the mother is always like the example of the parents.
I don't know.
Because why didn't you leave out the dads?
I didn't. I said parents, and then I said mom because...
Usually, I guess that's the one that's like, oh, hey, mom, how you doing?
I think moms also just call their kids more. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, so when you're not consistent, how can we get back to consistency?
Okay. Can I say?
Yeah.
You just really have to get up and go. No, honestly, there is no. I wish I had like a crazy thing to say that you don't already know if you're listening.
Yeah.
You really just have to get up and force yourself to go. I didn't have a gym membership for I don't know how long. And going to that first workout after a long ass time was very hard.
Mm-hmm. What was hard about it?
Not only because now the gym is like really close, but it was still very hard for me to get that membership. And you know what was hard about it?
It did take you like that gym has been close to us for over a year.
Yeah. So what took me so long is that first time going. Mm-hmm. And that's because, you know, the break was so long, whatever. But once I was there and I worked out, I was off to the races. Here I am 4 days later. I know it's not like...
It hasn't been that long.
It hasn't been that long. So it was still like in the trial period. But it's been working so far.
Yeah.
So,
I would say for me, when I'm not being consistent with something... one that I can think about recently is being consistent with, which is very weird for me, but not making like lists or like keeping things in check the way that I used to.
You used to do that a lot. What happened?
Yeah, and I was so consistent. I just got off track for some reason.
But you've done that like the whole time I've known you, all these years.
I know, and I haven't been like at all. Like I don't have a daily checklist anymore.
Isn't that satisfying though?
Well,
do you feel your brain's like scrambled?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, what was I supposed to do? Or like I start my day and I don't have a place to turn to really see like what's the agenda for the day. Like I don't have anything like that now.
Welcome to my life.
Which is actually something that I'm speaking into, like me trying to get myself to be more consistent at, which is this. And the way that I'm getting myself to be more consistent is actually underlining and highlighting what I'm missing by the fact that I'm not consistent. What I'm missing is the fact that now I'm dealing with a scrambled brain, with the fact that I'm anxious because I feel like I'm missing something that I should be doing, but I don't know what it is because I'm forgetting. Yeah. Using brain power to constantly keep so many things like in my mind of like, okay, this is my to-do list in my head. Why don't you just write it down so then you can free up some space in your head?
I do that all the time and it takes up so much space.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
And if I really narrow in on basically like how my life will be better if I start doing this thing again consistently, if I focus on that enough, then I will get myself to apply it and then become consistent at it. And I think it's the same for like working out. If I highlight exactly what is it that makes me even want to consider this like journey. Why do I want to go to the gym more? Why do I want to go exercise at some point every day? Why do I want to call my mom at least once a week? What is like the motivator behind it? Not that I'm feeling motivated to do it, because I'm clearly not, or I would be doing it. But still thinking about what is the motivation. If the motivation was there, what would it be?
Yeah.
What is the outcome you're trying to go towards? And what is your life going to be like if you don't go and if you don't do it? Your life is going to be the same and you're going to keep feeling shitty.
Yeah, exactly.
About whatever it is. Because usually you're motivated to do something to make a change from where you are.
Yeah, you're not motivated. There's no way to be motivated to do something, but then actually not wanting to change.
Right.
Or change something.
Yeah. Like there's always, you're going towards something else.
Yeah. Which, I mean, in life, everybody wants to evolve. Everybody wants to grow. Everybody wants to learn. So I think everyone some way has some type of motivation to do something. If you're going to school, you're motivated to become a doctor, or you're motivated to become a lawyer or pharmacist or like biologist, whatever, because you're motivated by that. But then the journey, you have to be consistent.
Right. But sometimes you might be motivated to do it, but you don't have motivation for it. Like you have your motive, but you don't have that, what we call motivation, but it's pretty much like the excitement to do it, and the kind of joy to do it, and the positivity to do it. Because I think usually motivation has to be about also being positive in going in that direction.
Do you think you put motivation in the same bracket as excitement?
Yeah, when I'm motivated about some shit, I'm excited.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, same here. I'm like over the top excited.
Exactly.
People need to tell me you need to chill out.
So we all have that motive, but in order to be consistent, we got to focus on that motive when you don't have that motivation.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if we're not consistent with the podcast, what's going to be the consequence of not being consistent? Also,
if we're not consistent, this is what I think will happen. If we're not consistent with the podcast, now people know that every Wednesday night or morning, wherever you live in the world and you listen to the podcast, we really appreciate you. But you know that you will have something to listen to.
Yeah.
And that's What's the Juice.
Yeah.
If we miss a day, some people literally have like a routine. Like, okay, every Wednesday morning or night, I go on my walk and I listen to the new episode. Mm-hmm. When you miss one, or when we miss a week or a couple days later, you kind of changing their experience of that moment in the week for them.
And also you're changing their experience of your podcast.
Exactly. Because now you don't know what's going on. We have a tote bag that says every new episode every Wednesday. So I feel like
new episodes every week.
Oh, it says every week?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
we wrote every week because we were like, what if at some point we change the day?
Okay, true. Yeah. So we gave ourselves a little leeway, grace period. But still, every week.
Yeah. And we just also know, like, the motivator could be just the fact that, you know, if you're consistent, you're going to get the result.
Can I tell you my motivator? Can I tell you what my motivator is for this podcast? What motivates me?
Yeah, sure.
It's the people who enjoy listening to this podcast. Mm-hmm. The people sending messages saying how they learn English through this podcast. The people that tell me this is what they do every week and that's their routine. They go on a walk with their dog. Shout out to your dog, by the way. You know, so I think it's just that motivates me so much. Anytime I read a new message like that. And by the way, also, if you ever messaged us on What's the Juice or my personal account or whatever, I will get to your message. Sometimes it's just like when it's too many, obviously you can't get to all of them.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel bad replying to a message from like three months ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will get to your message. So don't ever feel
and also,
like...
sometimes it's like you want to give that person the attention that they deserve.
No, honestly,
and
yes.
sometimes you might like open a message when you didn't even mean to, and someone wrote like a whole thing, and you might not have the time to give to that message at that moment.
Yeah.
You know?
That happens a lot, babe. And honestly, I mean, when one of those accidents happens to me, when I'm just like, I'm doing something, and then I'm like touching the top of my screen, and then the message comes.
That's happened so much.
Then I open, it's like a long ass paragraph, which I really appreciate.
Yeah,
I always do.
But you might like, not be able to give the time that it deserves. Yeah, no.
So what I always do, obviously I don't read it, but I say, hey, thank you so much for sending this message. I will get back to you. You know, and then sometimes to even remember that, I just screenshot the whole screen. Oh,
you know what else you can do is you can just go like unread. So then it's like they know that you read it, obviously, but that way you it looks like it's unopened.
Okay, I need to do that. I have like a lot of screenshots of okay, cool.
Yeah.
But just know that we always do our best to get back to you guys, and at some point we will, even if it's like a month, like 2 months later.
Oh, damn.
No, honestly, I do that. Sometimes I'm just like on my phone. I'm like, all right, let's see who I haven't responded to.
Yeah,
and I know there's still a lot of people that we still, have to get back to. But just know that it's something that that's what motivates me, because I know that we have a connection with the listeners, and also they're all, how much I love like strangers, quote unquote. Yeah. So sometimes I have long ass conversations with people all the time. Like, what did you do then? Or they tell me a story about like the ex did this with their friend. So I actually genuinely want to know, so what happened then? So that, just connecting with people is like my favorite thing to do, even in real life.
Yeah. And that's like what my motivator is. I just want this podcast to grow to a point where we can like take it into the real world.
What you mean by that? Like
we can take it into like a live experience.
Yeah. I
like having a What's the Juice event. Like, what does that look like? What does that give people? What is there? Like, but I think like creating an experience that's past the podcast.
I feel like everyone that would come to that event would literally like be friends.
Yeah.
And everyone will say, oh, when did you start listening? Or see, when I say I'm a dreamer, like I have some, which I won't even share all the ideas I have for What's the Juice, but there's just so many, and I feel like we can do something special with this, but we have to stay consistent.
Yes.
And be motivated.
And not get off track or off topic. Sorry, there's another plane or something.
Did you say I was getting off track here?
Yeah.
Is that what you meant by that?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
No. Well, I think we kind of covered both how to be consistent and how to be motivated.
We did.
When you're not feeling motivated, just keep trucking.
What?
Like, keep going,
No, honestly, the easiest thing is to do, not the easiest, the hardest thing to do is just to get up and go do it, but you just have to do it. And once you do it once, you're going to feel like, okay, cool. I broke the ice.
Yeah.
And then you can keep going. That's happening with me right this second.
And just know that motivation will come back again. Something somewhere will happen that will get you in that excited phase that sometimes might be indirectly making you motivated about something you have to do. Like sometimes you have to do this one thing, and then the fact that maybe you're in a new relationship, and the new relationship you're in, this person is themselves, they're really motivated, or they themselves have a specific goal, and just seeing someone being so driven can become your excitement around what you're trying to do. But let's say you haven't been feeling motivated, but someone in your life is really motivated about something.
Yeah. It's contagious.
It's contagious. It kind of becomes, it makes you motivated.
Yeah. Like when I see you going to the gym every morning, it makes me want to go.
Yep. Because you see also how good it feels to be consistent.
Yes.
Like it feels good. And it kind of, it's like, I'm going to pat myself on the back and say, good job that you did that shit. Yeah. That's a good feeling.
Remember, why did I say it like that? Remember when we lived in the other apartment, and then I would go to the gym like crazy. And then sometimes when you wouldn't go, you used to tell me that I hated the feeling. Because if you live with someone and they go to the gym every day, how do you feel when you're just at home?
I mean, how do you feel in the morning?
Like, I don't feel great.
Yeah.
But I go later.
But for the last 2 months,
I'm going to be honest,
I've been waking up at like 6:40 to go to my workout every day.
I just feel like, fuck, I need to sign up for this gym that's across the street. That's how I felt.
Yeah, but then you would go back to bed and be so cozy.
I was so cozy. Honestly, sometimes I don't even regret it because I really have a good time.
Because you're like, damn, I know I feel good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, it's the off-topic time.
Okay, off-topic. I mean,
we're just gonna do one thing. What have you been listening to lately? Everybody knows I've been in my Brazilian music vibe lately.
Oh, and that's been contagious a little bit because I've been listening to Silva.
Shout out to Silva. Yo, Silva.
Shout out to
if you're listening to this podcast, he's like a Brazilian artist. Shout out to you because someone recommended me your music, and I'm acting like he's listening. He does not know what What's the Juice is. But just in case, shout out to you. I really enjoy your album. Let me tell you what my favorite Silva song is. And one day I was Ali was taking a shower, And I was just in the living room doing my thing. And then I hear the song and she was playing the album.
I was playing that in the shower.
I was like, so why is my baby listening to Brazilian music?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Silva. All right, we got Silva. And my favorite project by Silva is called, forgive me if I don't pronunciate it correctly.
No, just pronounce.
But it's called Brasileiro.
Brasileiro?
No, not Brasileiro. Brasileiro. I don't know. It's just like it's an album that came out in 2018, and my favorite song on the album is called Fica Tudo
Oh,
Bem.
yeah. And then there's this girl.
Anita.
Oh, is that Anita like the Anita? Because there's like Anita, like the Anita. Never mind.
No, this is Anita, and I think she's really super famous.
So it's that Anita.
I just don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
So, Fica Tudo Bem.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
She says Fica a lot in that song.
Fica? Okay.
That's all I remember.
I don't know what that means, but Brazilian Portuguese is like a really beautiful language. I want to learn it.
It's a really beautiful like singing language.
Yes.
It's very musical.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason I feel like when they speak Portuguese, you wouldn't think it would be. Like for me, English is a really musical language. But maybe that's because I'm just used
English
to it.
is, I don't know. I'd rather listen to I don't know.
Anyways, so what I've been listening to is
Silva.
Going off of my last week's listen, which was Duran Jones.
Oh my God.
I am continuing to listen to like 70s, 80s soul.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really in my like funk and soul vibe.
Give us an artist. Give me
Like
somebody.
Marvin Gaye. I'm actually making this whole playlist, which is called Walking in the City Alone.
You made that title up?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna change it though.
That's a long ass title.
Yeah, but basically, like when I'm walking on the street, I have my like nice noise cancellation headphones on, and especially if it's like a beautiful sunny day, and I'm just walking on the street. If I play this playlist, I feel like I'm in a movie of my life. Because I love jazz music. I love instrumentals. I love kind of this older, like 70s, 80s sound. I think the sound today is so like, I don't know. I just really love that classical, not classical, but that soul funk sound. So, obviously Duran Jones is one, but also The Sacred Souls. Have you heard of them before?
The Sacred
like
Souls.
Thee.
No.
Stevie Wonder.
Okay, so yeah,
we got some Queen, The Spinners, Dusty Springfield. We got some Anderson .Paak and Smokey Robinson in there. We got Tupac, Do For Love, like that type of song, you know. Peggy Lee, you know, like there's some. And I want to also, very weird, but I want to like get like educated in those types of artists at that time.
Tupac?
You know, like Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Like I want to know more about that. I want to get into like vinyl records.
You know what we
stuff.
gotta watch? We need to watch Dear Mama. It's the Tupac documentary that just came out.
That.
It's so good. To me, Tupac is it's either Tupac or Jay-Z, best rappers ever.
Yeah. A little out of my generation, both.
No, that's fine. But Tupac is like, I don't know. To me, he's the greatest rapper.
He has some really. I mean, it's also just so different. Like again, rap.
But his
so
perception,
now.
people look at when you think about Tupac, or maybe like older people when they think about Tupac, they just think, ooh, like gangster music, whatever. Like if you see his story and just the things he was into when he was young, even when he was older.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
not
unfortunately,
just,
he didn't even get to be that old. But yeah.
You know, Tupac died when he was 24 years old.
I'm about to be 24.
Do you know how much of like he's a legend forever? And I think I found that out way later too, that he was only 24 years old. He did so much. He was so big. Yeah. So if you're listening to this, please watch. And I haven't watched it myself. I think I watched.
You started it though.
Yeah, I started it. It's called Dear Mama.
You have to be in a specific frame of mind.
Yeah, but it's really gonna educate you a little bit about like rap music and Tupac and his story, and just kind of like you see a different side of the artist. Yeah, it's not just like a gangster rapper.
Yeah. And I think actually, if you do, I kind of want to rewatch this, but there's this. I wish I could remember what it's called right now, but I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix, and it's a series that actually goes through like the hip hop rap evolution.
Oh,
but from way back, like before it even sounded the way that it does now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish that I could think about what it's called, but I'm sure you could find it. It definitely has evolution in its name. Yeah. I just don't know exactly what the full name is. But yeah, I just want to really get into like music education a little bit more, and even like film. I want to know, like, when people say that it has, like, like, what's the song that has Santana in it? Like, the DJ Khaled song?
Maria.
Yeah, that one. I knew that song, and I know who Santana is, and I knew the DJ Khaled version, but, like, I didn't have the education readily available for me to realize that that's a sample of a really hyperly popular, renowned song. And I feel like you're missing the salt in the song.
Yeah.
Because like, now you're missing that, like, if you know information.
Because a lot of people listen to it and then be like, oh, wow, this song is great. And they just know it from that artist.
Yeah, they think DJ Khaled made that up.
Oh, hell no.
And I think that, I don't know, I think...
It's the beat, you know how it starts like... Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's so good.
Guys, we have to go. Okay,
yeah, Yoni needs to watch his game.
And Ali keeps talking about these songs. I'm looking at her like the game about to be over.
Yeah, I mean it's an hour in. So, anyways, thank you guys for listening, and we hope that you got a little motivated from this episode.
Yes. If you got to the end, I was just thinking. If you got to the end, yeah, just the word for the end of the episode. Oh, right. Also, by the way, shout out to everyone who's been listening or watching all the way to the end, because we see it in the comments. Yeah. For this episode, we're gonna do something like
we're gonna do.
It needs to be a good one.
What did we talk about that was like off topic?
I don't know. We talked about like Santana and stuff.
Yeah, right. Santana. Is that hard to write? Kind of, right?
Everybody knows Santana.
Everyone knows how to write Santana.
No, but it's too much because he wasn't about Santana, you know?
Okay.
Like he wasn't.
There's been other times where we had them comment.
You know what? Let's just do this. If you got to the end of this episode, write game 1, because this is exactly what we're about to watch right now.
Oh, game 1.
Okay?
All right. That's
game
fine.
1. And if you don't know what game 1 is the Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors. Game 1 is happening right now. So second round of the playoffs of
West
the NBA.
Coast. This is game 1. So whoever wins between them two goes to the final.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they could potentially play with Miami or who?
I don't know. You put me on the spot right now. There's so many teams.
Are you even a fan? Shit. I'm just kidding. But anyways, guys, we hope that again you enjoy this episode and that you're having a good week and everything is good with you. He's looking at me like, okay, shout out to everybody's dog because we love your dog, and I'm gonna say it this time because we're trying to wrap it up. But yeah. See you guys here next week.
Next week, right on time on a Wednesday. We love you. And I think you should have your tote by next week.
Depends. If you live in the US, actually, we still have a bunch I wait to ship out. So I wish
I could just turn the camera and show you guys all the totes that we have here.
Yeah, but just know that we're working tirelessly. There's only 2 of us, so please be patient. But if you did order a tote, you're gonna get it very soon. And you should also have received like a link that you can go and see the tracking, just so you know. So check your emails.
Yes. And also, if you didn't get a tote yet, no pressure, but we still have some on the website. So the link is below. And if you have any questions, there is a FAQ. You can go and see. We have all the questions.
But if you have any other questions, you can email us at hello@whatsthejuice.co.
Exactly. And right now we're going to watch game 1. So thank you for watching today, and we'll see you next week, right?
Yup.
Okay, bye.
Bye.